But some of them say, I can't deal with the pressure of this in my life, so I would rather cut off my beard and remove my hijab because it's easier for me to exist if I don't show them I'm Muslim. I'm in Pakistan again. I'm meeting with a family. And as I'm talking to the wife of a brother who's been made to disappear, again by Pakistani intelligence along with the CIA, who's gone missing into CIA custody. I'm interviewing the mother and I get distracted. I get distracted by the image in the periphery of my vision of her daughter, Minal, feeding a picture. And I look over and I just move the picture slightly, and it's a picture of her father. This is her world now, where in order for her to retain a connection to her own father, she sits there at dinner times and feeds him food as a way of retaining some kind of connection that this person who I have no actual memory of, this is my father. This is somebody who I have to try and build a connection with. As a child, she understands that the only way she can do that is through this picture that she has of him. Let's go forward again, another 2 years to 2009. I'm back in Pakistan, in the north of Pakistan, in Peshawar. And I meet a family of a man who they say he's been missing since 2003. And the daughters come into the room, they're very young. And they speak in Pashto, so this is all being translated for me. And the daughters say, they're crying and they say, we wish we were men. If we were men, we would go into Afghanistan, we would fight, we would die in order to get our father back. This is what the war on terror has done to them. And you understand that the war on terror changes our children fundamentally. The way that they are impacted takes their childhood away from it, deprives them of their childhood, it destroys their childhood. So they become individuals who grow up in a world that is a world of conflict. The only world that they have ever known is one that sees them as a problem, is one that sees them as a future threat, is one that problematizes their religion, problematizes their color, problematizes their parents, problematizes every single aspect of their being, so that all they see themselves is as threats that they have to manage. Now, some of our children, they choose to resist, they choose to become activists, they choose to stand up for themselves. But some of them say, I can't deal with the pressure of this in my life, so I would rather cut off my beard and remove my hijab because it's easier for me to exist if I don't show them I'm Muslim. They grow up with this trauma. And we have to understand that. We have to be patient with that. We have to see that this is a real part of their lives in order to help them and in order to help build resilient characters, so that for them, we don't just see their lives as being disparate from all of these big things. This is their world, the world that they're growing up with. You have to understand that, because you have to help them through it. You have to hold their hand through this. It's not okay to just leave them be and say, just try and figure your own way out through all of this. And so I end by just saying, it is almost impossible to quantify the long-term psychological and physiological implications that this war on terror as an impact is not just having on our lives, but on the lives of our children who are being forced to negotiate the violence of this war on terror. And when I mean violence, I mean all types of violence. The violence of being stopped in the street by a police officer simply because you look the wrong color, or being suspected by your teacher because they don't understand your cultural belief systems. This is all violence. And we're allowing our children to grow up in a violent world because we're refusing to acknowledge the fact that this is a system and a structure of Islamophobia that is slowly killing us day by day.